This is the Outlaw Sports Show.
My little special Outlaw Sports Talk.
With your host, Spurge.
I'm your guy, Spurge. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard, unleashed,
unfiltered, raw. In the game. This is the Outlaw Sports Show.
My little special Outlaw Sports Talk.
With your host, Spurge.
I'm your guy, Spurge. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard, unleashed,
unfiltered, raw. In the game. This is the Outlaw Sports Show.
My little special Outlaw Sports Talk.
With your host, Spurge.
I'm your guy, Spurge. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard, unleashed,
unfiltered, raw.
Welcome to the show. Sorry I started a little bit late. Some things came up and I had to take care of some business. You guys know this is the Outlaw Sports Talk. You never know. As the intro says, what the hell am I going to talk about? Thank you for everybody who is joining me right now. Elala, hello to you and that wonderful family of yours. And first and foremost, on the Outlaw Sports Talk, again, like I said, you never what's up, Sandy. You never know what the hell I'm going to talk about. So you know what? I'm going to switch it up on all of you guys, and I'm going to talk basketball. If you guys haven't noticed, in basketball right now, there is a major NBA gambling scandal going on in the NBA as we speak. It includes Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and possibly the Mafia. Now, in this day and age, I didn't know there was still a mafia thing in this world of sports. I didn't realize it, that there was still a mafia that is dealing with sports. But the NBA is facing a gambling crisis. Now, the NBA and all of sports has faced this. And as sports betting has gotten bigger in the world with sports, I mean, now you're seeing in college, they're even talking about letting college athletes bet on professional sports. So now the question is does that really do something to the college basketball athletes? I mean, there's documentaries on ESPN and all of that talking about point shavings and stuff like that for games through college sports and stuff like that. But now you're going to be letting these college athletes, now that's what they're talking about. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but bet on sports. But listen, we know it all happens. Now, Pete Rose, for example, in baseball, betting on his own team stuff, gets the ban, dies, all of that good stuff. Without, Pete Rose, possibly the greatest hitter to ever play baseball, leads the league. See, Sandy says it shouldn't be allowed, but how are you going to stop it, Sandy? That's the question. It's the age-old question. How do you stop sports betting with these kids and stuff like that throughout sports and just regular athletes? How do you stop it? How do you stop sports betting? I mean, that's the question you have to ask yourself. How do you stop it? You really can't anymore with the way everything is in the world of sports today. You just can't. It's just that simple. You just can't do it. So it's going to be interesting how this works. Now, again, this is where it is. The NBA is facing gambling crisis after a sitting head coach and current players and former players all arrested in connection with 2 federal indictments relating to illegal gambling on games and rigged poker games that have mafia ties. Now, coach in particular, Portland Trail Blazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former NBA player Damian Jones all face criminal charges in the wake of this. Now, which is also connected to an investigation that led to the NBA banning former Toronto Raptors player Jonte Porter. Now, federal authorities say that they have over 30 co-defendants accused in this case, along with these prominent NBA players. The investigation remains open and all of that stuff. I mean, listen, we've seen it. There's always been that conspiracy about Michael Jordan when the greatest, the GOAT of all time, say what you want, Jordan's the GOAT of all time. He retired and was gone for 18 months. If you watch The Last Dance, they kind of tell you about it, why Jordan was gone and stuff like that. David Stern didn't want to suspend Jordan. I mean, hell, why would you want to suspend the greatest basketball player of all time? You didn't. So, the conspiracy is they asked Jordan to retire. In Last Dance, Jordan says that that's not the case. That's not why he was asked to retire from baseball or from basketball and all of that. But again, you put 2 and 2 together, you can kind of figure out that's why Jordan left basketball for 18 months, because that would have been his suspension. Now, this NBA scandaling has a timeline starting on October 9th of 2018. There were federal authorities alleged that a rigged poker game backed by the 3 of the crime organized families began in early 2019. One game involving Billups on this date allegedly defrauded the victims out of more than $50,000. That scheme featured a shuffling machine that had been secretly altered. Now, as this keeps going on, you go to October of 2020, and the indictments allege the following: another rigged poker game in late 2020. Bank records show co-defendant Robert Stroud wired $50,000 to another co-defendant and then wired $50,000 to Chauncey Billups. Fast forward to December of 22. Again, this gambling scheme involving non-public game status information began when co-defendants accused of using access to private information known by NBA players and NBA coaches that was likely to affect the outcome of upcoming NBA games. Again, we go back to the points shaving that the moms have been alleged into for a while now, right? Now, fast forward to 23 of February of 9. The morning the game broke between the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks, Jones is accused of providing non-public injury reports and an unnamed player who fits the description of LeBron James in the indictment. Again, this is the stuff. And you saw it with the referee where, I mean, if there is that much evidence against this, this could be the case that makes the new laws. You're absolutely right, Sandy. It could, but you had the Tim Donaghy thing back in the day where he shamed his career from basketball as a referee. New laws weren't made then. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, the way that sports betting is now, you should just let these guys start doing sports betting. I mean, guys, you can go on USA Today anywhere and look this up. I mean, this goes back for 3 years. 3 years. And Adam Silver finally made his first public comments during a halftime interview with Amazon Prime. Said he is deeply disturbed by these allegations. There is nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of competition. Now, I mean, let's just go back and look at all of this. Point shaving in sports. There's been so much sports shaving in sports that it's not even funny. I mean, the most predominant, the 1919 Boston or Chicago White Sox. What was the most? You had the Boston College scandal in 78, 79. You had the 85 Tulane University point shaving in recent events, when you're talking about this. I mean, this has been going on forever. Forever. I mean, okay, 1919 Black Sox scandal. The point shavings. The 51 college basketball scandal. Point shavings. I mean, this has been going on for years and years and years. We're talking over 100 years this has been happening. Point shaving. If there is a way to make money in these games and people can get the upper hand, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. I mean, I remember going to Fairmount Park here in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, Fairview Heights, with an old guy that I used to work with, and he would talk to the jockeys and stuff. And he would say, "Oh, well, this jockey greases up the inner thighs of their horse to help them run faster." Or, this horse is going to do. So it's stuff like that that's been going on and on and on for years. Point shaving. So really, how do you stop it? Especially in this day and age with gambling. I mean, Sandy, but this is happening in the NBA. This is happening in the NBA too now. So this just ain't professional sports, I mean, the majority of your point shaming stuff, a lot of it all happened with college sports because it's easier to do because at the time, these kids weren't making money. So they would get paid, $10,000, $15,000 to shave a game, to shave some points off of a game. So it was easier for college kids. It was a lot harder for athletes, for professional athletes to do the point shaving. Now, back in the day in 1919 with the White Sox and the Black Sox scandal, they weren't making a lot of money. A lot of those guys had a job past baseball. You know what I'm saying? So then it was easy for them to shave points. I mean, just recently, Shohei Ohtani, his interpreter, got in trouble for gambling, saying Shohei never did the gambling. Shohei never did it. So I mean, in this day and age of sports betting, I mean, it's just that it's just that touchy situation, that gray area. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of these college athletes now are starting to make money. I mean, look, hell, can you imagine if I'll just use Caitlin Clark as the example. Can you imagine if Caitlin Clark was saying, I use DraftKings or FanDuel or Caesars? Can you imagine how much money that would make for that organization? It'd make a lot of money for that organization. You know, I mean, hell, you're starting to see LeBron in commercials, DraftKings commercials, where you're seeing Kevin Hart with LeBron James, and they're sitting there talking about what's your most favorite NFL moment, and they're talking about the 2000 Music City Miracle, or the ball was thrown behind the line, scored the touchdown for the Titans, the win to keep moving on. I mean, you're starting to see the athletes getting into the DraftKings commercials in the world of sports betting. Again, it goes down to money, and it's down to greed with these guys. That, yeah, even though they have it, why wouldn't they be doing this? Why wouldn't they? It makes sense. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. Just saying it makes sense. Show me how it doesn't make sense that these guys are doing this stuff, you know, and how they're not getting involved in it. I mean, hell, you heard stories of Michael Jordan going on the golf course. I mean, this is right in The Last Dance documentary. Michael Jordan talking about how he'd go onto the golf course, and they bet $5,000 a hole. I mean, come on. There's stories of athletes in MLB talking about, hey, I bet you $500 I'll hit a home run. It happens. You know, I mean, right, Sandy? They want more. You're right. They want more. So it's always been there. Always been there. You know, it's just, what do you do? How do you fix it? How do you fix the problem of sports betting and gambling in sports? Now, look, do I think you should be using insider information? That's like insider trading, okay? I don't think you should be doing that. You know, I mean, I think if you maybe find a way that if you're caught betting on your team and it's proven that it's a point shaving thing, then yeah, you can get in trouble. But I mean, I just don't know how you stop it. I really don't know how you stop it. You know, in other NBA news, the season has kicked off, and Anthony Edwards, the T-Wolves, Minnesota T-Wolves all-star, will be out at least 2 weeks with a hamstring injury. He suffered it on the victory on Sunday. You know, Indiana Pacers still without Tyrese Hillenbrand. You know, I mean, their main guy still out for the season with an injury. And, you know, Giannis, who just is off to an amazing start. He has become the first player in NBA history to begin the season with 100 points, 40 rebounds, 15 assists in his first 3 games. You know, and then Austin Reeves had a career high 51 points over the Kings, historic. So I mean, it's starting to get a lot different, the way that sports are being played and the way these guys are being played. Now, that being said, you guys know what Sunday was. Yesterday was football day. Man, which is funny because I had read that Carson Wentz was released, but now Carson Wentz, it's been reported that Wentz is out for the season with a shoulder injury. and that so he's out now, and then the Vikings ended up releasing him. I mean, thank God, because he's been playing the drizzles, you know. So yeah, you know, and then James Cook had just a monstrous game against the Carolina Panthers. 216 yards, two rushing touchdowns in their win. He set a career high for touchdown or for rushing yards for himself. You know, and then as you saw that we'd posted, Nick Mangold, 41-year-old guy from the New York Giants or Jets. I mean, he died of kidney disease at the age of 41. I mean, it's just sad to see an athlete like that just get destroyed from something so disgusting as kidney disease and all of that stuff, you know. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him. You know, and I mean, listen, one of my favorite running backs, I got to take a drink on this one. One of my favorite running backs of all time. AP, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Was arrested for a DWI and an unlawful weapons charge. I mean, come on, AP. Come on, man. Come on. Gotta get your crap straight, bro. Gotta get it straight, man. How can you do this to yourself? How can you do this to yourself? It's just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Hold on, I gotta take care of something. Yeah, DWI, Sandy. DWI. Yeah, it's just shame. Guys, I'm gonna have a big surprise for you guys on Wednesday. Big surprise Wednesday for you guys. And here in about 8 minutes, we're gonna have our boy from the Great White North, Joey from Canada, is going to be at a watch party to watch the Toronto Blue Jays and the LA Dodgers. He's in Toronto. He was at game 1. He said he wasn't going to go to game 2, but that's Joey. Joey went to game 2. And I'm going to blame Joey on why Toronto did so bad in game 2. I'm blaming Joey of why Toronto did so terrible in game 2 because he had to go to the game. Had to. But Joey will be joining us here in about 7 minutes here on Outlaw. Sandy, I guess depends. I can tell you this. If you're following a certain league of football, it's going to be a good surprise. If you're not following a certain league of football, then it's going to be a bad surprise. Oh, I'm going to say on that. But it'll be a good one for me. It'll be a good one for me because I'm going to like it. Hold on one second. All right. So, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Boys and girls. Hold on. Okay. I am done with my thing. But anyways, 6 minutes, Joey's going to be joining us talking the World Series. So yeah, God, man, if you guys watched any football, some of the football games were pretty bad. Pretty bad. And some really horrific injuries. Cam Scatabo just literally foot turned sideways, ankle dislocated. I really hope that this doesn't affect this young man's career. He has a lot of promise in the NFL. A Broncos game was pretty good. The Bronco game was pretty good. I'll give you that. I mean, there were some good games. This is that week where we're in week 8, where we're starting to see the pretenders from the contenders. So me and Arlington are going to talk about that on Thursday. Sandy, spring football had some really bad football. Really bad football. That's all I'm saying. But there were some games that were comparable to the UFL games. UFL games were good. So, again, though, you start to see that. You start to see where people start separating themselves from contenders to pretenders. In week 8, we saw that. We saw it. We're starting to really start to see it. Who are the pretenders and who are the pretenders? You're right, Sandy. But none of us can help what we like. Like tonight, we see the Chiefs play. I mean, listen. I am not a Chiefs fan at all. Okay? Not a Chiefs fan at all. But I'm not going to say that they are hands down the best team in the NFL. Hands down. The best team in the NFL. I'll give you this. I say Indy is a pretender because they really haven't played anybody just yet. That division is still up in the air. On the AFC South, that division is still up in the air. But, yeah, I mean, I really think, again, how good are the Pats? I mean, the Bills won big time. I mean, yeah, you can say the Colts sit at 7-1. But, I mean, let's look at who they've played so far, shall we? Shall we look at who they've played so far? Let's go to it. Who have they really? Why is that going like that? Oh, come on, you dumb thing. Gotta love when this thing starts to spin out of control on you. Let's look at it. Who they've really played so far. First game they played the Miami Dolphins. Okay, thought the Miami Dolphins are going to be better, but they beat them. They barely beat the Broncos by 1. So there, you could say that's a team that they played. That's a legit contender. They played the Titans, beat them, lost to the Rams, contender, won against the Raiders. Okay, that's not a good team. Beat the Cardinals. That's not a good team. Beat the Chargers. Midway. And then they just beat the Titans again. Now, if you really want me to look at it, I'm going to go all the way to November 23rd with the Colts when they play the Chiefs in Arrowhead. That's going to be the game. And then they play the Texans again, where they'll play the Texans that following week. And then they'll play the 49ers. If they can win if they can beat those teams, then I'll put them there. But right now, if I'm looking at this, their next couple games, Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, you never know about with Aaron Rodgers. You never know with Aaron Rodgers. So Joey just texted me. He says, okay, I'm about 5 minutes from the building. It'll probably take me 5 minutes to clear security. And then he's going to call once he's inside, boys and girls. And then we're going to be talking to Joey about the World Series. I mean, you have the Steelers, Falcons, their next two games. I mean, it really depends. And if the Texans keep going the way they're going, Texans might beat them. No, Arlington, he is at a watch party in Toronto, is where he is at. So it's going to be interesting what the Dodgers or what the Colts do. Again, like I said, I'm not, I mean, look, 700-year-old Joe Flacco has got the Bengals kind of in a good spot, sitting at 3-5 in the North. I mean, the Ravens, listen, if they can get Lamar Jackson back, being at 2-5, they're still in their division. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Eagles are now sitting at 6-2 in their division. Cowboys, again, like I've always said about the Cowboys, they're pretenders. Packers are sitting at 5-1-1. Lions sitting at 5-2. Bucks sitting at 6-2. And you're sitting here with the Seahawks and the Rams at 5-2, with the 49ers right there at 5-3, and they don't even have. They're playing with a completely decimated team. Arlington, I was just saying that the Colts do feel at 7-1 unrealistic. Just saying that. I'm not beat a team. And when they're playing the Steelers and the Chiefs in the next coming weeks and the Seahawks, they still got to play Texas twice, or the Texans twice. To me, you got to do something there, boys and girls. You have to. Now, with that being said, you got the Monday night game, but there's another big game tonight, and that is the World Series Game 3 in LA. Here's what you look at. Here's how you look at this. They just awarded the Roberto Clemente Award, and congratulations to Mookie Betts. He won the award, and he will be honored before Game 3 for that award. And, man, I really like Mookie Betts. I really like him. I think he is a great baseball player. I've always liked Mookie. And I'm just happy to see him win this award. If there's anybody on that team and in the MLB that deserves it, it is him. It's going to be a very interesting game tonight for the pitching matchups. You're going to have, oh man, I got something in my eye. Lovely. 3-time Cy Young winner Max Scherzer going up for the Blue Jays, going up against Tyler Glass now. That should be a great pitching match. It should be a really good one. The Dodgers offense, is the lack of the production from their offense has just been unreal. But now they go to LA. I mean, listen, Toronto routed them 11-4 game 1. On Baggers, granny slam. First time a pitch hitter has ever hit a grand slam in the World Series. This is amazing. Which is really amazing. And then Yamamoto with his complete game performance. But the Dodgers offense is just not doing it, only scoring 9 runs compared to 12 to the Blue Jays. So it's going to be interesting, you know, how this is all going to play out for these teams, over the next few games. You got two really good pitchers going head to head. And now we're sitting here waiting to see. And I wanted to see something because I'm wanting to see how this World Series has fared. That's the interesting thing. Like, how has these TV ratings, how have they done? I would love to see what they've done in Canada. That's what I would love to see. What they've done in Canada, how they've done it, all that good stuff. So here's something. Here's something. So we got some ratings for it. Okay? In sport, now this is in Canada. We still don't have the TV ratings for the United States, but in Canada, okay? In Canada, they had a record-breaking 7 million Canadians watch the season opener, which is more than 1/6 of the country's population. Mind you, 1/6 of the country of Canada watched the World Series. Now, here's what's even more impressive. Remind you guys, baseball is officially now America's true pastime, because it's past the time for baseball, right? Okay? Now, mind you, the World Series in Game 2 only lost 400,000 Canadian viewers, and 6.6 million Canadians tuned in. Tuned in. Now, mind you, this is the first time in the Canadian market the presence of a Canadian team for the first time in over 30 years is driving record ratings in Canada. But I mean, Sandy, when you talk about American pastime, you kind of have to talk about TV ratings. I mean, yes, football's attendance and participation has slowly dwindled, but it's still America's pastime. It's still the most watched sport in America. Not worldwide, but in America. It's still the most, okay? Now, here's what's so fascinating. Are you guys ready? Because we got the numbers from Japan. Okay? But this was for the NLCS. Was the most watched game ever. Game 4 of the NLCS, which you had Yamamoto pitching. It drew 10.6 million viewers. Unreal. That how is it that outside of our borders here in the United States, that apparently America's pastime is drawing better in Canada, in Japan, everywhere else, but here in the United States? How is that amazing? Amazing. Look here, we'll just compare World Series numbers. Okay? So, like, the World Series just in Toronto set records for game 1 and 2. Okay? It beat. Okay, so now look right here. So I have it. The Yankees, series length of 5, the average U.S. viewers in 04 last year was 15.81 million. So 15 million people watched the World Series. Now the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, 5 games. Okay. 9.08 million. 22, Astros and Phillies, 6 games, 11.76. And here he is, the man that is just all over the world right now. Oh, he said, hold on. He got me all excited. He's walking, the Canadian from the great white north. I can see him walking through the building. I guess he's trying to find a spot. He's such a pretty man, though. He's such a pretty man. Joey is such a pretty man, you know. But anyways, like it's just unreal. Unreal. Now look, mind you guys, here you go. You ready? The postseason for this year in the U.S. has only drawn 4.48 million. Oh, is he ready? You're ready?
The volume down. All right. What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Spurge? Sorry. We're on air. Spurge. What's up?
Where are you at, first of all?
All right. So here, we'll pop out right here. Hopefully we get away from some noise.
Oh, are you in the stadium?
Oh, yeah. I'm over on 234 there, so.
You guys are
getting away from the noise for a second.
You guys are actually. You guys are going to watch this. Holy crap. You guys are going to watch the World Series in Rogers Center.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Wow.
So just bear with me. Lower the crowd noise or lower my noise down as we get through the noisy hallway to my seat. Looks like the ushers are being pretty stern right now.
All right, is that better? That's better.
Well, it's probably better for your listeners' ears.
Well, here, I'll do this.
Anyways.
There we go. All right, I fixed it.
Walking over towards the building, I'm just going to give you kind of my perspective of what I'm feeling here in town.
Okay.
You know me, I'm always talking to different people, getting their perspectives and seeing what they're thinking. So I did talk to people. I just finished walking 5 miles. to get here.
Nut job.
Wanted to enjoy a beautiful day in Toronto, fall day. So what a lot of people here in Toronto still have a lot of optimism, still a lot of hope. Everybody kind of expected that we were going to struggle against Yamamoto. We really haven't faced him before, and
nope.
You know, he's got a lot of experience. So, but the energy is still upbeat. There's still a lot of hope. So, looking forward to watching this game here at the Sky Dome. I'm pretty, by the looks of it, I think we're probably going to have damn near capacity, possibly, for this watch party that's set up. One of several watch parties that's set up in Toronto right now. I know there's a big one set up. I can't remember the name of the area, but it's where the Toronto sign is. It's an outdoor party. I might go check that one out for Game 5 if I'm still in Toronto.
Now, Joey, I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
You were supposed to go to a watch party, and you decided to go to the game. So I am blaming Game 2's loss on you.
Okay. I heard you said you have a bone to pick with me, and I went to the game. Why do you got that bone?
because you were supposed to go to a watch party, and then you ended up going to the game. So you jinxed it. No excuses. You jinxed it. I am blaming
No.
you.
No, what ended up happening was they double sold the building, or they let people into the. I got misinformation. That's what it was. I'm not gonna blame anybody. I got misinformation. So I was told, if you could still hear me, that I could watch the game from inside the from inside the Sportsnet place. Oh, there we go. Now I can actually point to what I'm talking about. Perfect timing. Damn, it's really noisy in this building right now.
So, Joey, let's do this. I got to give you a breakdown. Are you ready? The Blue Jays have scored 12 runs to the Dodgers 9 runs, right? Oh, no. Okay, there we go. So, Joey, I'm getting ready to lose you. So, just go with your experience over the last 3 days that you've been in Toronto. It's getting harder to hear you.
Let me get to a spot, and we'll do this properly.
Okay.
I think we're okay here. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, Joey, what has the experience been like over the last 3 days at the World Series in Toronto and all of that stuff?
So, to be honest, I wasn't out and about yesterday. I did end up watching a lot of football. I'm a big NFL fan, even though the Seahawks were on their bye week. And go Joey's Pleasant team. He won again in fantasy. Anyways, no, the atmosphere's been cool, man. I'm so glad that I made the decision to come out here, especially with the continual rising cost of being able to attend events. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see a World Series again, or possibly afford one, but I'm glad that I made the decision. I'm glad I went to game 2, because not only did I get to experience what it was like to experience the highs of a high in a game where we won a game, I got to experience the lows of a low of losing a game as well. So, but overall, some of the things I'll take away from this experience as of right now was that mad dash to get into outfield seats that I was talking about, I think, the other day. As soon as the gates opened up and me and Johnny trying to get our spot at the WestJet flight deck, unless you experience something like that as a fan, you'll never fully understand it. The panic in people's eyes as they're running and trying to see if this is the spot to go or that's the spot to go, and seeing like critical analysis going on by human beings of if they stop here, go there, turn here, go there. Like, you know, like that's true passion, man. Like, why else would be somebody running into a building with that type of mad frenzy for a spot? Is because that is what sports does to us. And that's why I wanted to come, that was more meaningful to me, and that I'm going to take away that more than I did the game itself. Even though the game experience was cool to see, for us to fall behind in a game, come back or tie it up, make it a new game, then to blow them out, and then the other game where it's like, they got ahead, but we still had hope. We could still turn it around, and really, we never did get truly, our butts whipped in game 2.
No, you did not.
Even though the score showed 5-1, it was a couple swings here, a couple swings there. Right? But caps off to Yamamoto and the Dodgers, and you got to expect it. They're the Dodgers, man. If you thought we were going to just walk in and sweep them, you're crazy.
No. So, Joey, I also got to give you Canadians another big round of applause, right? Did you know that game 1 was the highest watched game ever in Canadian history for a baseball event. You guys
What
had
was
7 million Canadians. 1/6 of your country's population watched game 1 of the World Series.
wow?
And game 2, still impressive, 6.6 million tuned in for game 2. So you're talking what? 14 million people so far have tuned in to watch the first 2 games of the World Series. Okay?
So what was the viewership in America?
They haven't released it yet, but I will find out. But Joey, not on top of that, but are you ready for this? In Japan, they had 10.6 million viewers in Japan watching the World Series.
Oh yeah, I could see that for sure.
So now, Joey, I have to ask you this. The pride as you Canadians feel right now with your guys' team on there, because we've had this talk before where, Canada, that when a Canadian team gets into a big sporting event, you guys all rally around that team, right? What is the vibe in Canada right now with your guys' Blue Jays in there? Like, how are people feeling about this?
Well, like I said, even today, there's a gentleman I went in just to go buy a clean undershirt because I didn't have time to do laundry today at the convenience store next door. And don't worry, I got clean undies too, so we're good. But it was a Polish guy, and we just started talking Blue Jays. He saw that I was wearing one of the new World Series hats.
Yep.
And we started talking, and he was starting to talk about 92 and the joy and what's this doing for the city and how happy it's making him. And then I was telling him, after we started exchanging who's going to win, and I was giving my perspective, I said, I think we're going to have success against the pitchers we're familiar with, the ones that have pitched in the AL East, Glasnow and Snell. They used to pitch for the Rays. We've hit off them. Shohei and Yamamoto, not so much. We haven't hit off them. We'll see how it goes, right? And I think, again, that's where the games are going to be won and lost for us. And like I said, Trey Savage is our wild card on the other end, right? They still haven't really hit off him, even though they had a bit of success off of him in game 1. Regardless, I told that guy, I said, you know what? You know what's also cool about this? I said, would me and you even be talking right now had I walked in this convenience store and the Blue Jays weren't in the World Series? And he's like, probably not. And I was like, I know. That's what's so beautiful about this whole event. It's the connectivity. It's the passion that we both share, the interest, your story, my story, right? How the influence, the impact the Blue Jays had on you. Maybe it was trickled down from, I always think about sometimes when I start talking baseball, I always think about the good doctor and the influence his grandpa had on him with the Cardinals, right? And even though he's a Royals fan, which doesn't make sense anymore. But anyways, we'll neither here or there. But I was like, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I was like, how beautiful is this for me to share my passion and your passion and just like what we're doing right now and what you guys are asking me to do and show you what's going on and try to give you a little bit of inside view of a building filled of passion, I guess, to come watch a game on a video screen with that they could be doing at their own home, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. I think it is that I think it's just sports in general, right? Where I think in certain countries, like with you guys, I guess baseball for us is like you guys for hockey, because you guys have so many different hockey teams, right? Basketball, you guys only have the Raptors, right? We have all of those basketball teams. So for us here in the States, the only time we can unite as one is when it's the Olympic time, right? So for you guys being able to unite as one, and maybe here in the States, because we're playing the Blue Jays, that people might be adopting the Dodgers. I don't think so, but I'm just saying, I would like to see what the American ratings are. So it's funny to see the different for you guys when you guys are how you guys are bonding over the Blue Jays and all of that, where that doesn't happen here in the States because we have so many baseball teams. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, no, I think some of those American players that are on our team right now that are actually experiencing the rally of a whole country behind them, I think they're starting to get it. And I think, like, I'll put it in terms of the MLB and NBA. I think Toronto, from the get-go, always had a bad rap in terms of coming up here. Not only that, if it's just like anything else. Unless you experience it, you don't know. So, like, I don't know how many times I was told growing up to be scared of America when I come down there, but like, and not to talk to anybody and all that stuff. And that was people's opinions. But once I experienced it, it's not like that. Every place, just like any place, there's bad people, but there's a lot of good people too, right?
Well, I remember when we told you when we met you in Orlando. We're like, Joey, you're way too trusting, bro. You're not gonna meet three crazy dudes like this. You're way too trusting. You were just like, oh, I just met so and so. I'm supposed to be going here. I just met. We're like, Joey, whoa, bro, whoa. This ain't Canada, man. You just can't be going around with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you meet. And you're like, well, I did with you guys. And we're like, okay, touche. We're like, Joey, at least tell us where you're going. So if you don't show up, we can have some kind of contact. You know what I mean? So I think it's funny, like what you're saying and how we bonded over wrestling. And we still have bonded over sports and all of that. You know what I mean?
This is why I did what I did. This is why for me, I do what I do, try to get to big sporting events and, or why I love sports. It's nothing outside this world besides politics and religion, and we're not going down that road.
No.
Brings out more natural, authentic passion out of people. Like, it was so crazy. Like, and do I got a couple more minutes with you?
We got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes. But what I want to know is this, because you're going to be on next week. We're going to have you on next week talking about the World Series
next week.
Right now, Joey, I got to ask you. They're in LA. We've seen what the Dodgers can do in LA. Shohei and Freddie and Mookie have not been very good the first two games. Okay? Now they're in LA. How do you see this going now that they got the next 3 games in LA?
Tonight I have a lot of faith in the Blue Jays rebounding. I really, really do. And it's like I said, it's going back to we got more experience hitting off of glass now. So I think as long as it's like game 1 all over again. As long as we could keep it within 3 runs, keep the pressure on where Dave Roberts will be forced to make a decision where he might pull glass now a little early or whatever it may be, force him just to make some calls. I think we got a chance. And if our bats start to swing, watch out. I think we'll win by a few runs. I'm not going to say it's going to be 11-4 blowout, but I could see if the bats start happening, I could see a 7-3 game.
All right, now, I know this. The game is starting right now as we speak. So I need you to get in there, root your boys on, okay?
I need
From
a
afar.
popcorn first. Hey, man, that's how much I prioritize you. I put my popcorn on hold. So don't play me out like that. But here,
I'm
just
not,
going
bro.
to slowly inch over real quick, give you guys the view.
Well, let's go back into the stadium before I let you go, and let's see how this is filled up.
I'm not going down the stairs. I'll just kind of do a pan scan right now. Hey, boys, let's go. Go Blue Jays. Go Blue Jays. Yeah. Okay, so
Jesus Christ, that is crazy. That is nuts. And this is for a watch party. Ladies and
that's
gentlemen,
where
this
I was underneath the Jumbotron last
Yep.
week. And then right there's that Sportsnet bar. Yeah, that Sportsnet bar and grill where I was going to go watch the game.
This is a watch party, ladies and gentlemen. This is a watch party for the World Series in Toronto. Something that I don't know if we would do here in St. Louis. I mean, look, that stadium's over half full. The Rogers Center is over half full for a watch party. That's unreal. Unreal.
So, yeah, it should be cool. So, if I'm here till Wednesday, I'm doing game 3, game 4 here.
Yeah.
We'll see how this plays out if I come back tomorrow. And then game 5, I might go do it at the outdoor watch party, the big one. So
there you go.
So if you want, we could chime in on Wednesday if you want, before next Monday. Just a heads up, you can let me know on that one.
I'll let you know tomorrow because I think I might have a big surprise on Wednesday for the fans.
Yeah, it's me again.
No, I don't know if it's you again, but I might have you on before my next my big surprise.
The most good-looking Canadian bachelor going around right now.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Joey. I love you, brother.
Don't forget to plug my email if you want.
What's your email?
No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, I love you. You have fun at that watch party. I'm going to go watch the game, root for the Blue Jays to win. Joey, you have fun and you be safe, brother.
Regardless, I just want to have some fun, but let's go, Jace.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There he is, the Crady, my brother from the Great White North, Joey from Canada. He is having a good old time up there. I'm going to kick him out to save his phone. Guys, I'm going to go watch the World Series. Tune in Wednesday. I have a very special guest coming up on Wednesday. I think you guys might like it. Might be a little interesting. But with that being said, this is Outlaw Sports Talk. I am Spurge. I will see you guys on Wednesday.
Yeah, told me play it safe, keep it clean for the cameras. But I never learned to cage what burns inside. Spurge in the building, let's ride. You want the sanitized version? The court proved to improve. Right now we're breaking every rule tonight. Raw truth, no filter. This is how we unleash. Can't contain what I release. Unleash. Breaking chains to find my face. They try to box me in 4 walls, paint me picture perfect for their halls. But rebellion runs through my veins like fire. Every rule they made just fuels desire. To speak the words they don't want heard. Push boundaries with every single word. This stage is mine, my voice, my choice. Nobody silences this rap. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Can't contain what I release. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Breaking chains and find my face. You think you know me? Think you control the narrative? Watch me tear it down, build it back my way. Every scar tells a story. Every battle makes me stronger. I will bow, I will break